Welcome to this week's edition of UOC News. Today's topic is the reintroduction of formal statutory testing for children in Key Stage 1. We're joined today by a range of individuals who are going to be sharing their perspective on the change. Our first guests are Miss Nikki Morgan, Secretary for Education, and her counterpart Miss Lucy Powell, Shadow Secretary for Education of the Labour Party. Ms Morgan, what made you want to bring back statutory testing at Key Stage 1?
We are aiming to ensure that all children have a firm knowledge of the basics and that children do not fall behind at such an early stage. To be really confident that students are progressing well through primary school, we'll be looking at the assessment of pupils at age 7 to make sure it is as rigorous as it needs to be. I believe that the more stringent assessment will enable us to reach this goal.
And how do you feel that the new changes will impact on achievement?
The new assessment strategies will enable the government, Ofsted and schools to measure progress more effectively and also maintain high standards of basic knowledge that our children in our primary school education system need. New testing will raise standards in the classroom and ensure that all children are achieving.
And what do you say to those who claim that the testing will have negative impacts?
This is the most effective way to ensure national standards and give every child equal opportunities to achieve. This will help to create and maintain high standards of achievement in every school and to monitor the progress that children make. Teachers are already assessing at this stage. Our approach is simply making this more standardised and robust. We are giving teachers a structure to follow which should make the assessment process less stressful.
Ms Powell, what are your views on the reintroduction of testing at this level?
Our party removed the formal standardised testing at Key Stage 1 in 2004. Achievement was steadily declining up to that point, with less and less children reaching the expected targets. The SATs were becoming less effective, and the new focus on teacher assessments that we brought in were very positive. I believe that returning to the formal assessment measures of the SATs will result in a widening of the already significant attainment gap in schools. The purpose of the SATs is primarily to provide statistical data for league tables, and they do little for children's education. With foundation stage baselines and Key Stage 1 SATs, do we really need that kind of information for Key Stage 1 as well?
And how will this impact on the children in the classroom?
I believe that these formal tests will create a stressful classroom environment for children and teachers, leading to young people who are unhappy at school, lack motivation and do not engage with learning and therefore do not achieve.
Thank you. Join us after the break where I will be speaking to a practitioner in the Key Stage 1 environment. Welcome back to UOC News. Here with me is Miss Turner, a Year 2 teacher whose class will be sitting the Key Stage 1 SATs in a couple of months. Miss Turner, what are your feelings and opinions on the reintroduction of statutory testing in Key Stage 1?
There are always positives and negatives to be found. Standardised testing is an effective and efficient way to track children's progress and achievement across year groups and key stages. It's also a much easier way to collate the information to be passed on to the next teacher, which allows them to best support each child in their development. It also enables government and Ofsted to track teachers' and schools' progress and achievement. However, formal testing is incredibly stressful for everyone in the school, for us as teachers, for the children, and also for the school administrative staff who have to organise all of the scripts for external marking and moderation. Preparing for formal testing is very time-consuming, and it takes away from our usual teaching time. It also makes assessment very limited. There are children in our classrooms who don't achieve under the pressure of test conditions, and children who struggle to express themselves in writing. Were they orally tested, children like this would be achieving very highly, but when they're expected to write, they score lower. The current methods of teacher-based assessments allow us to assess throughout the year using work completed without pressure and our own observations to accurately determine children's abilities.
Thank you. Now, a parent and a child who will be sitting the tests in the summer joins us. How do you feel about your child taking these tests at the end of the school year?
It will be a good thing to be able to see where my child sits on the academic scale, and it will allow me to see exactly what my child's strengths and weaknesses are, and because of that, I'll be able to help more at home. Having said that, the thought of my child having to go through the stress of these examinations so early in her school life makes me think that other ways of assessing her will be better rather than sticking to such traditional methods.
So, if the choice was yours as a parent, would you reintroduce these statutory testing methods in your child's school?
I'd rather not have this testing in my child's school, as I believe that children of this age shouldn't have the pressure to succeed academically so early, especially at a time when they're going through such a major change in their life, with that daunting reality of Key Stage 2 on the horizon already.
Do you want to be compared to the rest of the children in the country?
No, I like having lessons that are fun and make me like school. I don't like answering questions all the time. I also like doing new and different activities.
If the tests were fun and in your normal classroom, would you want to do them then?
Yes, I like school a lot when we are not made to sit in silence and when I can work with my friends.
It is clear that this is an issue of great debate, with positives and negative aspects. While some people believe that the reintroduction of formal testing at Key Stage 1 will support assessment processes and ensure progression, others fear that increased pressure will result in demotivation and therefore a lack of progress. Have your say. Share your views with us on Twitter using the hashtag SATS, that's SATS.